Hi, Sylvia again here, and I'm with Jesse Christian. I just want to touch base with you on your testimony, see if you have any feelings, see if there's anything that got objected to that you didn't get to say that you'd like to stay for everyone who's keeping up with the trial.
Okay, well, kind of behind the scenes, which is really interesting, they appointed me a court-appointed attorney who really tried to discourage me from
testifying at all.
Yes, tried to strong-arm me not to testify. I'm not really sure why. Maybe because he thought they could charge me, but we found out that that was not a possibility at all. And because I did have an open case in Utah, he was concerned about that.
Because you also are, for viewers who don't know, she does have a temple practice of her own. You had a temple, some similar things, some different things, but you had a temple of your own that the government came after. And it's still kind of open-ended. You're, as you told me before, you're kind of seeing what happens here with the precedent to be able to take to Utah.
Yes, exactly. So I'm very interested in this case. We're hoping and praying, and I really see the energy moving into that direction, that Tracy's going to get a win. I think her testimony has been very powerful. This past testimony has been powerful. Everybody who's witnessed in her behalf has had very powerful testimony stating that this is a spiritual practice and that it's really not about us as goddesses. It's really, to me, it's about allowing people to have access to this type of healing. And so we really want to set a precedence as far as it being available and legal for everyone to be able to have access to Tantra and what that involves, sacred healing, sacred sexuality, holistic healing, whole body massage, which is what I do because I'm a massage therapist, and also to, preserve our rights as humans.
Exactly. Everything is so fragmented. The government has fragmented, holistic healings into different really strong categories, which is what the medical field does. But really, from a natural healing perspective, you kind of want to be able to blend all your gifts and blend different modalities.
Absolutely, which is what I was doing with the Ananda Nirvana ceremony. I was blending all of the tools that I had in my toolbox. Lomi, which is sacred healing that used to be practiced in the Hawaiian temples, Thai yoga massage, cranial sacral work, Reiki. All of these have to deal with the light body, with energy work, with the chakras, balancing and activating the chakras so that people can experience what Tracy and I have talked about in our testimony of a full Kundalini activation, where they do feel that connection, that oneness, which you really can't describe, you really have to experience. And through these types of laying on of hands ceremonies, my water therapy that I do, which I call Aquadance, which is a type of baptism that the Gnostics had practiced earlier in the first century Christianity. They would practice this type of healing to do an activation of gnosis. And gnosis means to have a direct connection with God, to know God for yourself, as opposed to agnostic, which means to not know God for yourself. And so I really think these ancient ceremonies are very valuable for our day and age. And that if we can have access to these, we can really understand what our spirituality and what our purpose here is, which is to really connect with our divine self and have that oneness experience, feel one with everything, with you, with everything around you, and feel fully active. All your receptor sites are all turned on, so you can be present,
exactly.
totally present. And this is what these type of therapies as a therapist, or ceremonies or rituals. There's so many different words that language what we do as priestesses, goddesses, therapists. It's really hard to define and put into a box or a label as far as what Tantra is. I mean,
because it's a very personal experience, and you kind of you're self-discovering, self-defining, and like you said before, if you have a Kundalini awakening, it's almost hard to put in words. It's a very personal experience. So,
yes,
to define
absolutely.
it, to have someone else define it for you, never really works.
It's a total personal path to enlightenment. Everybody has their own personal
Many
path.
paths to God.
Yes, yes. And we want to have those paths available, whether it's through shamanic healing or Tantra healing or Gnostic Christianity or Taoism. All of these paths lead to that spiritual awakening to who we really are. That we are divine beings that are just visiting this planet and having our experience, and it is a wonderful planet to be on. We have so many opportunities for joy and bliss, and rapture, and part of our rapture is the sexual experience.